my mind. In this self-help guide on the neuroscience of exercise, I share with you exactly how it worked for me. My evidence-based how-to approach will help you enhance your own brain health through exercise. You will emerge fully equipped with an exercise skill set to help you achieve greater resiliency, a more positive outlook, sharper focus, enhanced productivity, and more meaningful relationships. Yes, you can have it all. But before we embark on this journey together, I must warn you. To harness the healing power of exercise, you actually have to do it. I know, easier said than done. So let's ease into things together. Let's begin where it all began for me, 3 years, 8 months, and 24 days ago. It was the beginning of an end, and as you will see, it was awfully difficult for me to get started. My beginning's end. It was New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2016. The party was at our house, but I was in no condition to host. I had a secret, and its burden was becoming too heavy for me to carry alone. My marriage was ending, scratch that, over. But how could I admit that to anyone? They were all there when I said until death do us part, and at the time I had wholly meant it. But things had changed, promises were broken, and there was no love left. At the stroke of midnight, we exchanged a dry peck. I had officially lost my liveliness in the loneliness of this marriage. I used to be a deeply passionate person. Long romantic kisses were my favorite. On that night, with that kiss, I was so far removed from who I was that I worried if I didn't break free soon, my true self would be gone forever. It would still take me months to leave him. The stress of the situation had weakened my body to the point of frailty. I doubted whether I could make it on my own. I needed time to restore my strength, to break down the illusion of dependency so I could finally be free from the suffocating situation. For the time being, I wore a fake smile to veil my secret and prayed for the promise of something new, something real, something I could get excited about. A love affair? That would surely jolt me back to life, but I was still married. Cut my hair? Nah, tried that before. Didn't make me feel any better. And then it came to me in the form of a New Year's resolution, a tradition I had upheld every year. I usually resolved to be more productive at work or more helpful at home, but that year I decided to choose something just for myself. The resolution? A new fitness goal. I know, 0 points for originality, but not just any fitness goal, a triathlon. Could I do it? Probably. But if you had asked me 10 years earlier, the answer would have been a definite no. The truth is, I have never been an athlete. I was overweight in elementary school. I could still hear the ridicule of my classmates. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. Come on, Jen, sing. When I hit puberty, I became obsessed with thinness and developed a serious eating disorder that nearly destroyed my body. My late teens and early 20s were marked with several failed attempts at becoming a runner. Then, on a whim, I borrowed a friend's rusty old road bike and fell in love with cycling. At the time, it was just a nice escape from my studies. I didn't realize it then, but those bike rides started me on a new path where I would gain the physical fitness I needed to transform from sedentary scholar to triathlete, and the mental toughness I needed to survive the next decade of my life. My newfound exercise had strengthened my body and my mind. That rusty old road bike also inspired a shift in my professional life. At the time, I was completing my doctorate in neuroscience, researching how tiny brain cells use electrical impulses to represent who we are. As I pedaled my way through my PhD and into my postdoctoral training, the movement sparked a shift in my research towards exercise. In 2013, I joined the Department of Kinesiology at McMaster University and founded the NeuroFit Lab, where I began intense